Okay, so this arena run shows off the power of Ostrich and Moose scaling. It's got a little bit of a cool synergy going on. And if you don't know, the Moose, it multiplies the shop buff by the lowest tier pet in your shop. So you don't want any tier 1s. If you have any tier 1s in your shop, it's just going to give +1/+1. But if you have only tier 6s frozen in your shop, then it's going to give +6/+6. The Ostrich is a very similar thing where for every tier 5 and above frozen in the shop, it gains +1/+1. However, they level up slightly differently. The Moose, it buffs the thing behind it. I should mention that. The Ostrich buffs itself. When you get level 2 Moose, it buffs the two things behind it. When you get level 2 Ostrich, it just doubles the buff on itself, which is usually better, I would say. But Ostrich is a tier 6, Moose is a tier 5. So that's kind of the trade-off there. But yeah, if you just have a bunch of tier 6s frozen in the shop, then you'll get +6/+6 from Moose and potentially like +12/+12 or +18/+18 for the Ostrich. And it's a nice little synergy. Like getting +5/+5 for a tier 5, that is extremely good. That's almost like a level 2 monkey straight away. So that is very nice scaling. The sad downside is that you have to freeze your entire shop, so you're not really going to get what you're looking for. The only thing that's going to be unfrozen is the food, which you can get like chocolate, sushi. So not the worst, you can still level stuff up, but preferably, of course, you would not freeze the entire shop every single turn. If you want to, you can kind of play it like you don't actually have to freeze the things in the shop. You can just have them unfrozen and the buff will still work. So you can just unfreeze everything at the end, kind of play the turn normally. Once you get down to like 3 gold or something, then you start freezing everything. That way you're not missing out on too much. It's kind of an interesting little dilemma to play with. Anyway, I was experimenting a bit with Raccoon. I think Raccoon is a fun unit. I don't know how good it is. It seems like it's great. But as you can see from that last battle, it accidentally replaced my melon armor with like a strawberry. I think it stole a strawberry and overrode my melon. So this turtle raccoon combo is actually not really what I'm looking for. I would prefer to pill this turtle onto something else, but I don't really have any other unit that actually has any stats. And once again, goodbye melon armor. I still get a draw, but that definitely cost me the win there. And yeah, getting draft to scale the raccoon, getting blobfish. I don't think I even have the level 3 ribbon for raccoon yet, so also doing a little bit of achievement hunting. One of these days I'll get all the achievements. I mean, I haven't really been working too hard on it, but once I get all the ribbons, or once I get like all the achievements, then I can start going for ribbon hunting. I think that's some pretty good content. I know that like Scooty has been doing the A to Z thing, so that's always interesting. And then once you complete that, that should be like super satisfying, right? 100% complete super auto pets. Okay, early tier 5 is Swordfish. Swordfish is fun. I don't think it's super great. It's occasionally like somewhat helpful, but most of the time I feel like kind of want to go with something else. And do I go for triple giraffe here? Or do I take the capybara? And I guess I take that instead. Going with the can and capybara. I never do. Am I saying that right? Capybara. Yeah, that kind of scaling. Like the only thing that's missing is lobster, and then you can start getting like just insane stats on your units right away. The lobster, I've mentioned this before, is like S tier. Capybara, it's a pretty decent unit, and cans are also fairly good. But when you combine all of that, like imagine you're getting +2/+1, +2/+3, and then another +2/+1. You can just start scaling super fast. And you're also scaling like tier 4, tier 5, tier 6 units, so you're set up really well for the late game as well. Anyway, there's the early moose. So to be honest, I didn't know actually read what the moose did at first, and I thought it worked exactly the same as ostrich, but it's based off the lowest tier pet. So it's gonna give +3/+3 here, and I've also got this draft giving +2/+2. And I guess I tabbed out, which is why it froze for a second there. But here we go. What am I stealing? A cucumber. So half the time, I guess the raccoon is just useless. But like the other half of the time, you can steal something really good, and it can be the difference between winning and losing. So I froze a tamarin. That's +4/+3 for 2 gold, which seems like a pretty worthwhile buff. It's because of the cans, I guess, and the capybara buff. But it's also going on the monkey, which doesn't really matter. There's a blobfish, there's a pill. Love to see those things. I probably should have just gone for level 2 moose. Moose gives overall just way more stats, right? I mean, it depends on the stats, but like the potential is way higher. The monkey's only given 5 total stats versus the moose can give a 10 total stats. That's literally double. That's pretty nice. It actually can give +6/+6. If you get an early level up, then it replaces one of the food items in the shop. And there we go. There's a melon. And that's going to cause me to at least get a draw. So there we go. Raccoon finally did something. Yeah. But yeah, +6/+6 potential. I guess if you get 2 level ups, you could get +7/+7. So there's not really, that's like as high as it goes. So yeah, I'm freezing tier 5s and tier 6s mostly. I don't get too greedy. I froze a tier 3 as well, so it's only going to give +3/+3. It's also buffing this giraffe, which is kind of a strange unit. I would prefer to probably buff the monkey, actually, looking back at this, because the monkey's going to give way more stats than the giraffe. Also just got a pelican in there, give +2/+1. Should even out the stats of the, whatever it is, raccoon. Yeah, I totally didn't forget about what it was for a second. But yeah, Octo, that's a freeze. A shark. Okay, decided to go for tier 5s and tier 6s now. And there we go, I get it. So there's 6 things. Do I... Yep, I go ahead and freeze that tiger, and you can see it in action here. So now +6/+6 to 2 things, and that is a total of... Just kidding. That is how the ostrich works. Again, I get them confused. It has to be all tier 6s. If this was the ostrich, you'd get +6/+6. Forget about what I said earlier. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I get them confused. Yes, I am very good at this game. Unfortunate loss there. Fly Shark is pretty good mid-game tempo. Yeah, pretty tough to beat that one, unless if you got like a sniping team. Decide to unfreeze everything besides maybe tier 6s? No, okay, decide. That's fine. And now I can give like melon and pepper. Those are perfect because I'm scaling these guys with the moose. And do I go for level 3 moose now? Level 3 moose would buff what? The pelican, which is kind of strange. But yeah. The raccoon's already maxed out at stats, pretty much. 4250. So the pelican can actually go, and I can replace it with something else. Still melon armor, perfect. I think probably would have won that one anyway, but still. Just always very satisfying to see the melon steal. There we go. There's level 3 moose. Oh, wait. Or do I wait till next turn? I could do it, but it's buffing literally nothing, so there's not really a point. And one of the best tempo units to just fill in is the Stegosaurus for sure. And I decided to gamble with the roll on the tier 3. Could have gotten a tier 1, ruined the buffs for the turn, but I get a tier 6 instead, which is just perfect. So now I'm still getting that +10/+10. And I'm still getting +4/+6, which is another +10/+10. And then I'm also getting +2/+2. And then I'm also getting the Stegosaurus buff. So you can see, like, out of control. The scaling here is nuts. I don't even have an ostrich yet. Like, when is the ostrich going to appear? And then +13/+13 from the Stegosaurus. Man, the Stegosaurus almost feels like it needs to be nerfed. If I put the raccoon in front there, I could have stole that melon. I would have even stole the Octo's melon. Oh, man. That would have been beautiful. But I don't want to waste the monkey buff. That would be too sad. I could go straight for a level 2 Stegosaurus, but there's the ostrich, which is perfect. So now I can chocolate the ostrich. Can freeze that Octo. I could greed even more if I wanted to and try to get only tier 6s in the shop to get +18/+18 for the moose. But I decided to just stick with tier 5s and tier 6s for the ostrich here. And I have bell pepper frozen. I am on lethal. And I was thinking, like, how do I reposition this without wasting stats? And it turns out you can't, because the level 3 moose has to buff everything but the raccoon. So this is just how it has to go. The +5/+5 from the ostrich. Ostrich, just overall solid scaler. When you see early ostrich, I feel like it is pretty helpful. And raccoon doesn't actually steal anything there, but just the stats let me win. Go ahead and give that guy a pepper. And chicken leg, I guess I just decided to look for chocolate this turn. Get that level 2 ostrich to make sure it hits 50/50. But I get melon armor, that's also very good. So yeah, it's getting +1/+1, then it's getting +5/+5, and then another +5/+5. So it's already getting 11/11 a turn. Potentially could get like 16/16 a turn if it's level 2. And still doesn't have any equipment. There we go. Raccoon stole some grapes. If only that actually lasted till the next turn, but no. Okay. Yeah, just looking for chocolate. Can you give me 1 chocolate? No? So that's too bad. I was really hoping to get level 2 ostrich. I'm going to keep buffing this moose because it's not going to get scaled otherwise. I guess I could scale it with the giraffe with slightly different positioning. And the ostrich is going to reach 50-50 next turn. So you can see how quickly we were able to get 50-50s. Just so many scalers. The octo missed that monkey. That was actually extremely lucky. Would I have lost that round if I hadn't, if that octo had hit the monkey? And the odds were so high. 2 out of 3. Okay, there's the final chocolate. Even though it doesn't matter whatsoever, it just looks nice. To have 3 level 2s, 2 level 3s, it's better for the thumbnail, you know? You gotta think about these things. So there we go. Plus 10, plus 10, plus 5, plus 5. Everything's at 50 health, pretty much max stats here. And Big Scorpion goes through the bell pepper. Okay. And again, the raccoon's not doing anything. It makes me sad, really, but the raccoon, you know, it's just there in the back, just in case I run into that really strong team with like a melon armor unit in the back. But there we go. There shows off the power of Ostrich Moose. Thanks for watching. See ya.